Hey guys, Adam Tender here from FitnessForLife365.com, and today we're gonna talk about UFC 235. Basically predictions, but I'm not really 100% sure. So if you're looking for me to say, "Oh, Woodley's going to win," or "John Jones is going to win," blah blah blah, that's really not the right video for you. I do have a few good insights, especially with the Kamaru Usman Tyron Woodley fight. It seems to be everyone is saying that Usman is a way better wrestler. Usman is a Division 2 NCAA wrestler. I think he was champion in 2010, and he's a 3-time All-American. On the other hand, Woodley is a Division 1 champion, 3-time All-American, and I do not think he ever won it. He does have a lot of titles, of course, in wrestling, and he trains with the best wrestler in the UFC, which is Ben Askren, who, of course, is an NCAA Division 1 champion twice, and he made it to the final, I think, total of 4 times. Again, he's an Olympian. So yeah, I don't think that the wrestling gap is that far. Also, there's another thing. Dana White always fixates on people when they have very impressive records. He doesn't do that with Tyron Woodley. So let me give you one. Tyron Woodley has the best takedown defense in the history of the UFC. 97 point something. His takedown defense is incredible. Striking wise, I do believe that he is the superior striker. So yeah, if I had to take a guess, I would say Woodley wins it. I'm not too impressed by Usman's wins, because Usman has a win over Demian Maia and RDA, and as you guys know from my video exposing Kobe Covington, that Demian Maia does not really do well against wrestlers. So does RDA. Look at RDA against Tebow or against Khabib. Again, against Usman, against Kobe. And the same thing goes with Demian Maia against every wrestler who fought except for Chael Sonnen. They just generally do not do well against wrestler. And he probably did well against Chael Sonnen because Chael Sonnen is a very risky fighter. He takes a lot of risks. I mean, do you guys not remember that spinning elbow against Anderson? So basically, yeah, I think Woodley has that fight. When it comes to Jon Jones, here I am, back home. Home sweet home. Right. So Jon Jones versus Anthony Smith. I'm really not sure about that one, because Jon Jones his talent level is by far above and beyond everyone in that division. There is genuinely no competition. But if anyone can get the job done, I truly believe is Anthony Smith, because he's the biggest underdog. He seems to be extremely motivated. His performance at light heavyweight is a lot better than his performances at middleweight. He seems like he finds his right weight class, just like Anthony Rumble Johnson. And I've never thought DC is the guy to beat Jon Jones at light heavyweight. I think he beats him at heavyweight, but not at light heavyweight, not ever. So his biggest challenge, I always thought, the guy that can give him the toughest fight is Anthony Rumble Johnson. He's got the weapons to beat him, but the second person that I would put in there is Anthony Smith. So I think people are overlooking him, just like they were overlooking Gustafsson in the first fight with Jones. So yeah, there is a third fight on this card. I can't remember who. Oh, right, Ben Askren's debut, right? It's in that card, right? I think so. So Ben Askren versus Robbie Lawler. I think Robbie is not the best matchup for Ben. Really, I don't think he is the best matchup for Ben. But as I was saying when I was talking about Woodley, Ben Askren is by far the best wrestler in the division. There is no one that will come closer to him. I mean, have anyone seen that wrestling match he uploaded on YouTube with him and Chris Weidman? I'm not saying that Chris Weidman is the greatest wrestler, but he's a pretty decent wrestler. He's in a bigger weight class than him. And it's not about the fact that Ben won. Ben dominated him. It was not even a challenge there. He just walked right through him. And the score gap, I think there was a big score gap on that one. So yes, again, with those fights, I'm finding it hard to take my pick, but if I had to say anyone's gonna win this one, it will be Ben Askren. I do not know about... He has not been too convincing lately. Robbie Lawler, of course, is one of the greatest welterweights of all time. Not for me. To me, I would not even put him in my top 5, but to most people, he is one of the greatest welterweights of all time. He's a very impressive fighter. I think if Ben can take him down, which I believe he can, it's going to be very hard for Robbie to do anything about it. Now, when it comes to Jones and Anthony Smith, I probably give it to Jones, but don't count Anthony Smith out. It's just... I'm sorry, but it's very hard to go against Jones. Unless it's a heavyweight, and then that's not too hard. I think DC beats him at heavyweight. I think DC beats everyone at heavyweight. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And have a good one.